This just into the Rock and Metal News Studios. The singer of the band, Randy Blythe, vents on fans using their phones in the crowd at shows. Hey, what up everybody? It's your boy Trevor, back with another Rock and Metal News video. He goes on to say, "You're not Steven Spielberg. Sit down and watch the show and enjoy the show." So, vocalist of Lamb of God has made it clear that he's not a fan of fans filming him and his band when he's performing on stage. He would rather have fans sit there, watch the show, and enjoy the show instead of trying to capture the show for your social media. We're gonna roll a clip of Zakk Wylde saying that he doesn't care if people are filming.
When any of my friends go, "Man, the audience was lame. They were just sitting there with their phones." I go, "Hey, Frank, let me ask you something. If we go see Zeppelin tomorrow, back when we were 15, and Jimmy Page was playing with his violin, so, you know, with the violin bow, we'd be filming it, right?" "Well, yeah." I go, "That's the end of the conversation." I just laugh. I go like this. I go, "We'd be doing the same thing."
Right.
I go, "Just because we're not beating the shit out of each other doesn't mean we're not enjoying the show."
So as you heard from Rex Brown, Charlie Benante, and Zakk Wylde, they all said you don't have to be going crazy moshing. You don't have to be beating the crap out of yourself. You could be sitting there filming the show, because he says if he was a young kid watching, let's say, Pantera, or a young kid watching Black Sabbath, whatever, and he had a phone that can record, he would probably record the band as well. Why? Because he wants to remember it. He's not saying bothersome. He's saying, yeah, the kid who films the whole show goes home and says, that was one of the best show ever. But Randy's point is this.
Putting phones down and be present. I haven't done this yet, but I'm going to. As the phones come more and more and more, I'm going to walk out one day at a particularly phone-driven show, and I'm gonna bring a stool, and I'm gonna set it down in the middle of the stage after a song or two. And then I'm going to turn on my phone, and I'm gonna point it at the audience, and I'm gonna sit there, and I'm gonna sing a whole song. I'm not gonna move. I'm gonna do what they do, and then at the end, I'm gonna say, did you people enjoy that? No? I didn't either. So why don't we be here together? Put your freaking phone down. The memories that you're going to have, because you're experiencing this show through this digital filter or whatever of a crappy cell phone video. You're not Steven Spielberg. Sit here and enjoy the show with me. Be here with me, because that's how it was when I started going to shows. Except for, thank God, those people back in the 80s who were photographer nerds, the weird people. There was always one or two with a camera who would take pictures, and thank God for them, 'cause they documented things. But everybody else was present, and people are missing it nowadays by viewing a show through a tiny iPhone screen. Be here with me. As to why he feels that way, he offered, I'm not asking for sympathy, like, poor Randy. He feels bad. But yeah, the relationship is missing. And I want a relationship with the audience. Because the harder you go, the harder I'm gonna go. The more you look at the phone, the more I wanna sit on a stool and film you. And it's gonna happen one day. One prominent metal band who've taken an infamously hard stance against filming at their shows is progressive alternative metal Stars Tool. That group employ a rather strict no filming policy at all of their headlining shows.
Well, as you heard, Randy did mention there was people in the 80s that took pictures during the show, like a photographer guy, right? He said, thank God for them, because now we have those memories to go back and look at Cliff Burton, or we have the memories to go back and see Randy Rhoads or these legendary artists. And just because somebody is sitting at the show like this does not mean they're not enjoying the show. Like Zakk Wylde said, you don't have to be brutally beating yourself up, and the crowd doesn't have to be going ape shit crazy for them to not enjoy the show, right? Like Zakk Wylde said, some people just like to sit there and watch the show, and they would rather sit in a chair in like a stadium in the upper deck, and they don't care. They just want to hear the music. They don't care about the flames, the fire, the production. They just want to hear their favorite songs and it brings them joy. Like myself, I don't care if someone films or not. At the end of the day, I'll say this: I don't mind people filming. I don't mind people moshing. I don't mind people doing whatever they do at the show. But as long as you're enjoying the show for the show itself, that's all that matters. Because sometimes people are just holding their phone like this and they're not looking through it. They're just holding it like that and filming the show. Is it wrong to film the show? No, I don't think so. Does he have a point that you should be present, you should be enjoying the show, you should be thrashing out, you should be going crazy? That's what he's saying. You should be going apeshit crazy for my band when I'm on stage thrashing out. But again, not everybody is into that. Not everybody even likes people mosh pitting. There's a lot of people that I see on social media go, could we just have a concert full of no moshing and no crowd surfing? That's never gonna happen. So for Randy to come out and say, this is not what we want, what you're going to have to do is have people lock their phones up or do other things to prevent them from filming. But as always, let me know what you guys think of this in the comment section below, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Does he have a good point? You should not film? Or do you film? Even if it's for 30 seconds, do you still pull out your phone and film or take a picture? Let me know.